Thanks for joining us on this Thursday afternoon for Talk Pittsburgh. We've got a lot to talk about today. One of our big stories, of course, is going to be this lemonade stand. It's been a huge topic of conversation and controversy,
It absolutely has. And it's our Pursuit of Happiness week. How does a slice of pie or a coffee mug equal joy? Well, we're mining for memories
Can't
today.
wait for that. But first, it's been a week since the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette announced it would be closing its doors. When that happens in early May, Pittsburgh will become the only major city in the country without a daily newspaper. That story begins our look at a few local headlines in today's Bird's Eye View.
A daily news report of some real substance is critical for the business community, for the political community, for the academic community. Hey, it's important for us in terms of sports. Good Lord, you know, we got to start the day reading something about the Steelers, even if it's not good news.
Splashdown of Crew 11.
And some more breaking news just before 4 o'clock this morning. And for the first time in history, 4 NASA astronauts splashed down off the coast of California. They came home from the International Space Station because one of them has had a medical issue. Now, NASA says the affected astronaut is doing okay, but needed some diagnostic tools that are back here on Earth.
Penguins signed a new player today to a one-day contract. Thanks to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, 10-year-old Meyer Gallant came in today all the way from Canada. He has spinal muscular atrophy, a genetic disease impacting the nervous system and skeletal muscle. He's had a tough journey, but today we got to enjoy a little break hanging out with the Pens.
Just surreal, really, just to see the surprise and just shell-shocked look on his face, as you guys would have noticed here. For these guys to just take the time, I think time is something that, you know, is the most important to give.
Oh, that smile on his face. And guess what? Meyer will get to go to tonight's game against the Flyers. We'd love to see it. Well, things change, as we know, but our city is transforming in a way maybe we're not talking about enough. Ask anyone who went to college here in the 90s about where they spent their time and their money, and the answer will probably be Donzi's or Chauncey's. Mikey, are the days of packed dance floors, quarter drafts at college hangouts, and at young adult nightclubs, are they long gone?
Yeah, well, for Gen X and millennials, bar hopping wasn't just a rite of passage. It was a Friday night tradition. You put on some tunes and pour a glass of Boone's Farm, you know, get yourself ready for that get yourself ready ritual. But nightlife appears to be closing. Hemingway's, a go-to college hangout in Oakland for generations, is shutting down this spring. And Cobra, known for late night dancing, karaoke, and DJ sets, is closing up shop this weekend. And you know what? They're not alone. It's a bigger shift in how people go out or don't. Think back to the Crawford Grill and the Syria Mosque. The Crawford Grill in the Hill District was a jazz hub for the entire country. And the Syria Mosque brought in international superstars. And so some other big name clubs that have closed, think back to the Metropole, Rosebud, Whiskey Dick's, and the Shadow Lounge, of which I used to go to a lot when I was in my 20s.
Okay, so why do we think this is happening? I remember reading this article in the city paper, and I found it fascinating because it's almost like people don't want to have fun anymore.
I know, right? That's what I'm thinking. I think there are several factors that lead to this. I mean, the younger generation, Gen Z, they are drinking less, so they prefer...
Yeah, but we can still dance.
I know. Well, there's these day part. A lot of people are finding things to do during the day. And then millennials and Gen Xers, we have families now and demanding jobs, and we're stressed out.
Okay.
So I think that's it. And then also, if you look at it from a business perspective, there's rising rent, and then there's staff shortages. So I guess the real question is this just the natural evolution of a city growing up, or are we completely losing our nightlife?
I'm making an ugly face. I don't know. We're going to bring in our friend and comedian, Bill Crawford. We're going to talk with him for our Pursuit of Happiness week coming up. He has just made a big change in his career. But we thought, so good to see you. We thought
good to see you.
We know you've made tons of jokes about Donzi's and Chauncey's.
Of course I have.
In your lifetime. But it really is, it's kind of wild to see how things have changed.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mikey hit on it. I think these kids now are just honestly too healthy.
Wow.
They're not making the mistakes that we made. They're not
so
making
many mistakes.
the irresponsible decisions.
Yeah, I think it just boils down to they have different values. They look at life differently than we did.
But it's
much more in
fun.
shape.
They are more in shape. They're at the gym, like they're working out instead.
Not too long ago, I saw this video of like an old dance floor, and I don't know if it was Metropole or Chauncey's or where it was, but it was packed and people were holding their Iron City beer cans, and it was just like, that was just so much fun. No one's bumping and grinding.
Well, now
no
because they're on their phones. That's what they're doing. They're going over to each other's houses. They're getting dressed up like they're going out, but they don't go out. They're just making TikToks.
Well,
at their
also,
house.
I think younger people have less disposable income, maybe. I mean, I felt like we
None
were
of
broke
this is an
too.
excuse.
I know.
Nope.
I didn't have money when I was younger, too, but I was so
broke.
to go out.
Quarter draft night, that's where that comes in.
See? Penny
You got
pitchers.
$1, you can get hammered.
I mean, come on. And it's not just about the drinking. I mean, like, do people not want to, like, meet somebody? Like, that's where we met people.
But it's really hard to meet people sober.
I know.
You know, or dance.
I know.
You ever tried to dance sober?
What do you miss
It's
about
impossible.
the whole
I was pregnant
nightlife?
3 times, so yes, I have. It's not fun. Okay, it's also very awkward when you're like this and trying to drop it low.
I miss, wow, drop it low.
Yeah.
I haven't done that in quite a while. I don't think I can get back up.
That's the
Like I could
problem.
go low, but then getting
getting
back up would be an issue.
Your knees.
I miss not being on our phones all the time. I think that's such a big component of this. But I feel like it's been downhill ever since that Donzi barge set sail. Like,
Telling you.
Oh,
you know?
I know.
Well, we actually sent Boaz out on the street to find out what Yinzers had to say about all this. Take a listen.
I feel like it's really great. You know, there's lots of stuff to do. I guess like you can go to the bar, you find really nice food and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty good.
Is there anything you wish Pittsburgh had, you know, that we don't currently have?
No. It's a great city. I love it already.
You're satisfied. I love it. All right. Thanks so much.
There seems to be, you know, some decent restaurants, but as far as when it comes to, you know, nightlife, it's pretty much, you know, the same thing. And there's a few cocktail lounges, but other than that, there's not much in the way of, you know, entertainment venues. There's not a lot of music, you know, live music places.
Is there anything you wish this city had that it doesn't?
Open later during the week, a little bit. Yeah, I'd say that. I'm not from here, so last night there was only one food spot open after like 12.
Oh. We were not in bed. Like, so I guess this is the thing. I did get old because I'm like, if I ate after midnight, I'd be in trouble the next day.
Oh my God.
Could you
I'm
imagine?
So old.
Couldn't do it.
Guys, I'm like, I can't believe we got this day done. This was a great day. It's 6 p.m.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I'm done. I'm ready for bed.
Same thing. Okay, well, there is some good news. There's still some places that are thriving. Cavo in the Strip District, Sea Monkey, I know you all featured them on Pittsburgh Today Live.
Okay.
High Site Lounge on the north side, I know they have amazing karaoke and a wonderful brunch. And then Club Cafe on the south side. You told me about that.
Yeah, just reopened. So here's the one thing. I want to go to Cabo so bad, like in the worst way. I went one time 6 years ago. One time 6 years ago. And we got there at like 11 o'clock. No one was there. No one's there. And I'm like, what is happening? No, everybody shows up at midnight. And I'm like, how are we starting our night?
Wow.
Do you remember in college you would get ready at like 9 o'clock to go out? That is still happening a little bit, but it's just, maybe
I don't even remember the going out top?
Oh.
You had that one going out top, maybe
we
a
all
dress.
did.
Yeah.
The guy
I don't
a
even
tube
know
top.
I
had one.
You had a tube top?
Yeah, a terrible tube top. Yeah.
It's not that. I remember this. The guys had their button downs from like Express.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Totally. Men's Express. Definitely. The scratchy shirt, you show up with a neck rash. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that was
Attractive,
it.
very attractive.
Well, we're looking forward to talking with you coming up, and we're so happy that you're here. We're talking about the past, but what will Pittsburgh's future look like? There was a Post-Gazette article recently that we're going to dig into a little bit more tomorrow, questioning and trying to predict what our city will look like in 2050.
That leads us to our question of the week. What does Pittsburgh need to stay relevant in the next 25 years? Going out life.
Right, that might be one of them. We're going to talk more about that on tomorrow's show. Still to come today, though, it's Pursuit of Happiness Week, and we have a lot planned today. And nothing makes me more happy than a full belly. Jen Clark is here with food scientifically proven to put a smile on your face.
And this is long overdue. Our Boaz Frankel is sitting down with PTL regular guest Marlene Boaz for a discussion about growing your social circle in 2026. Yes, we're calling it Boaz and Boaz. Talk Pittsburgh. We'll be right back.
I'm sitting here with Marley and Boaz. We've got Boaz and Boaz chatting. And this segment came about sort of in a funny way because we were filming for Talk Pittsburgh at the Carnegie Museum of Art and Natural History over there, and we ran into each other.
That's right. I was with some friends, some art buddies, and I'm like, oh, there's Boaz. I'm going to go say hi to him because we had never met, although we're at KDKA.
Oh my gosh, and I obviously knew about you
and
because we share a name. Because of how we met, and one thing I'm interested in this year is like, in the new year, it seems like a good time to try to maybe expand your social network and meet new people we've just met. And I know you know a lot about that as a life coach, as a former therapist. And so how can we go about trying to increase our social network this year?
Well, I think it's a really important point, and to remember that our social connections are probably one of the best things we can do for our health and well-being overall. And we're getting further away with it with all technology, and we're on our phones, and we sort of become a little bit disjointed. So we have to really build it. And there are all kinds of ways to do it. Stop and say hello to someone. I had the nicest conversation with somebody in line yesterday at a store while we were waiting. It was a very long line. It was a lovely conversation.
Well, it's funny you say that. There's like a newsletter I subscribe to that's about sort of trying to be attentive and look at your phone less, and she sort of challenged you to, like, when you're waiting in line, don't look at your phone. Just like notice the things around you. See if there's a bird to listen to, and maybe strike up a conversation with the person next to you.
That's right, and it's important. And when you're with your family or friends, don't be on your phone. And there's something about the connection when it's in person. It's very different. Now, I love technology. I have grandkids on different coasts. So thank goodness for that kind of visual interaction we can have through technology. But it's nothing the same as being right in the room with them.
And another great way, in a way that I've met a lot of my friends, is through mutual sort of hobbies and interests. Like, as soon as we moved to Pittsburgh, I took the Master Gardener program at Phipps, and I met a lot of really great friends through there, because obviously we're all there because we're passionate about plants and flowers.
And I mentioned I was at the museum with my art buddies. Through arts organizations, and there are so many wonderful little arts organizations in neighborhoods in Pittsburgh, and it's a great way to be with people. And in those art organizations, and whether it's, gardening or whatever, there's also multi-generational people, and that makes for really interesting relationships.
Well, and it's, people might be shocked to know that we're not the same age, actually. And so I think it is so nice to have intergenerational friends, and I really try to do that. I mean, it goes both ways, because we have, our next door neighbor who's in her late 70s, she can call and ask, like, hey, can you help me bring these groceries up from the car? But she also watches our dog. She doesn't travel that much, so it's really nice. But the other way, there are also these teens in the neighborhood, and I can ask them, I was like, can you tell me about 6-7 or what's happening on TikTok? And these kids can sort of help me with that.
And it's such a good way to bridge the gaps. And learn from each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, any other tips, heading into 2026, what are ways we can try to expand our social network and be in our home, less staring at our phone?
Well, you have to make an effort, and it has to be intentional. And sometimes you just don't feel like doing it, and sometimes you just have to force yourself a little bit. Make that phone call, make a plan. Don't turn down any invitations. Even if you're like, oh, you're a little tired, do it, because it will matter in the long run.
It's funny, we flew back to Pittsburgh on New Year's Eve. We were visiting friends, and we got back, and we were about to head home, and then we were going to go to a party. And I was like, you know what? If we go home right now, it was snowy that night, we are never going to leave the house again. I was like, we're taking an Uber from the airport to our friend's party to make sure we get out there. And we met like 5 new people.
Good for you. And it was fun. Yes,
it was fun.
So you do have to push yourself, because the technology pulls us away, so we have to fight that tide a little bit.
Well, thanks for chatting, and I thought now we can reward ourselves with talking about our mutual hobby. I brought some seed catalogs. I know you're a gardener as well. You're telling me about a cool primrose, right? I thought we can just, look through and talk about some things we want to plant this year.
I'm ready to put some seeds in the dirt.
Me too.
In the kitchen, and let them sprout.
Love that. We are going to every single party. This is the year of yes. Thank you, Boaz and Boaz. If you're trying to expand your social circle, indoor activities are encouraged this week. Ron Smiley is joining us for a look at your much colder forecast.
Oh, yeah.
This Thursday. Hey, Ron.
Yeah, it is turning cold. I mean, we have a couple of days over the next week. We're expecting single-digit temperatures as we're waking up. I'll have your forecasts, including, well, how's your dry January going? It's coming up.
right, Ron, I don't know why this is still a thing, but dry January is going on, and you have an actual forecast tied to it. I don't know how that. Tell me. I see some whiskey or something in a glass.
First off, why do you say it's still a thing? Are you bitter about dry January? Like,
I
what's
just
going
don't
on?
understand. Like, are we drinking to the point where we need to like say, you know what, this month I'm just not going to do it?
I don't know. Are you participating in dry January?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, because I think that you could everything in moderation, right?
No, I understand.
Am I judging? Maybe a little bit.
This
I don't
is your
know.
yes year. So
It is my
except
yes
for
year.
for dry January, you're no. For dry, let's get over. Yeah, you know.
So I could say yes to other things, Ron. Come on.
Yeah, let's. So dry January. I was thinking, why not? Let's talk about the rain total so far for this January. So you should see the disappointment in Heather's face right now. We're looking at 0.4 of an inch of rain yesterday coming in. We are actually a little bit ahead of schedule when it comes to our rain. She is just over here just shaking her head right now. I am. With the forecast. But overall, we have seen a little bit more moisture, including snow totals. We're still well above average when it comes to snow, but that started over into the month of December as well. What's going to show you just how cold it's going to be over the next couple of days. Please be aware of that because we want you to bundle up as you're heading out the door. Things are very cold out there, both today and for the rest of the week.
Look at that. 4 degrees on Tuesday.
I know, 4 degrees on Tuesday for that temperature that we're looking at, and highs aren't going to be much higher. I just have us into the 20s the next couple.
All right, Ron, I think you have something over there because today is National Hat Day.
Yes.
And I know that you, as you're telling us it's going to be 4 degrees for our low next week, you are a fashion predictor as well because we listen to you. So we have a couple hat questions. Are you ready for these?
I feel like I should say A.
It does feel that way. First question, do you own a fedora?
No. Actually, I do. I have 3 matching fedoras. So it was like an Amazon special.
How did that go from no to I have 3?
Because I had to think about it. And I was like, you know what? I do have fedoras. So,
that's a very odd way to answer that. Okay, next one. Would you rather wear a cowboy hat or a newsboy cap?
You know what? I'll take the style of a newsboy cap.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and this is new to me. Do you call the kind of hat we need today a stocking cap, a beanie, or a toque? Toque is a new word for me.
Okay.
I don't know what this is.
No, yeah, I hear it's from like the north or something.
Okay.
I'll say a stocking cap. I don't know, none, but stocking cap. Yeah.
I don't know what I call it. Beanie, I guess? Beanie, I don't know.
You look good in your hat, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, yeah, you got to do that. So
all right,
I feel like I'm cold.
You are. Well, it is cold.
It is.
All right, Ron, thank you so much. We're going to keep the fun going. Our Pursuit of Happiness Week is taking us to the kitchen, and that is where we find Mikey.
Oh, love the hats, guys. Well, happiness may not come with a price tag, but nature's berries offer a taste of it. Science proves these power-packed fruits help fight stress, boost energy and mood, and sharpen your mind. So today, we're turning that science into something sweet with Jen Clark from Crate Cooking School. And boy, do I love berries. So this is right up my alley. I was really excited about this.
This is going to be perfect for you for sure.
What are we making?
This is a mixed berry compote. Can be used for so many things. Here I have 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter.
Okay.
So I'm going to put a 1/4 cup of brown sugar packed in there.
Does it have to be brown sugar? Could you use regular?
The brown sugar just adds an extra depth of flavor because it has that molasses in it too. If you just had regular sugar though, that's fine.
Okay.
You might want to bump it up a little bit.
I see.
And then we're doing some lemon juice. Do you want to give this a stir?
Sure.
And we're just going to let the brown sugar melt right in there. Okay. And then we're going to add in 3 cups of berries, any kind you may have. I'm using fresh berries today, but I made a batch yesterday and I used frozen berries that I had on hand.
Oh, perfect.
Anytime I have have fresh berries that are ready to go bad, I freeze them so then you can use them for smoothies or compotes or anything like that.
Okay, so you have blackberries in there, you have some raspberries. We used to have a blackberry tree in my yard growing up, and we would bag the blackberries and we would sell them to the neighbors. Oh, they actually bought them, 50 cents a bag.
That's amazing. I love that.
Okay, this looks beautiful.
And it just cooks for about 5-7 minutes until everything kind of breaks down, and then you have this lovely berry compote, which if you look right over here, we have a finished version.
So this is the finished version of that. Okay.
Exactly. Gosh, and then also, like I said, I made a batch yesterday with some frozen berries, and look, it's just a little bit darker.
Right.
But
now, how long should you let this simmer to get to this?
Well, it depends
final
on what
result here?
consistency you wanted. Usually anywhere from 5 minutes on, just depending on how burst you want your berries.
Yeah, and I would assume it would need to be like a low heat so you don't scorch the berries.
Medium is fine.
Medium,
yeah, definitely
okay.
not high. You don't want it cranked up, and you're right. You don't want to scorch the berries. But I wanted to get you some of this berry buttermilk cake that I'm sharing the recipe with you guys for that on your website too, with the compote on top, and then this is just a sweetened cream. So it's actually sour cream with honey and vanilla.
Really?
So if you don't have whipped cream on hand, it's just a great way to add, a little bit of something special to top it off.
And I'm just curious about this cake. How did you put this together, if you could surmise?
So this cake, it basically tastes like a muffin in cake form. And it has this great caramelized sugar on top too. So very simple to do. You cream your butter and sugar, and then you're adding, your dry ingredients as well as buttermilk alternating, and it gets this really nice texture.
This is heaven. I'm sorry, I'm listening to you, but I can't really hear.
You're not listening. It's okay.
This is delightful. Tell us about some of the upcoming classes you have.
Yes. So next week we have our Cooking with Kids party food class. For ages 6 and up, you come in with an adult, or the child comes in with an adult, to make some amazing party food. So they'll be making cheeseburger meatballs. Barbecue chicken quesadillas. Oh my gosh, what else? Oh, so many delicious things, like all of childhood favorites that are favorites of adults too. We're doing fruit skewers with a chocolate drizzle, Shirley Temple punch. Do you remember Shirley Temple?
I absolutely do. I want it all. I want one of each. That sounds so good. Well, thank you so much, Jen. This is delicious. It's heaven. It's pure heaven. All right, if you would like to sign up for one of the classes at Crate Cooking School, we'll have more information on our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh. Hey, Heather.
Oh, man, that looks good, Mikey. Thank you. Still to come on the show, we are starting the second half hour with good news. Pittsburgh just landed another national honor, named among the best in the country. We'll show you what earned the recognition. Plus, who says feeling joy has to be random? Learn how to train your brain to catch the good vibes right when you want them. And here's someone who's taken happiness into his own hands. We are talking to Bill Crawford about leaving the airwaves behind and following his funny bone. That's coming up next. For nearly 13 years, our next guest made our morning drive into work a little funnier, laughing about the Steelers, Pens, Pirates, and poking fun at our city. Bill Crawford is no stranger to a mic, and now after saying goodbye to his radio friends, he's leaning into laughter and a whole lot more full time. So happy to have you here.
Hey, it's great to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
I think it's inspiring when you hear of someone who's saying, you know what, I'm going to walk away from this thing I've been doing and comfortable with doing for so long, and saying, I'm going to bet on myself. And that's what you're doing.
No, it's been awesome. It's been scary. I had such a great time on the radio.
Oh my gosh,
Obviously,
it's amazing.
You come on the radio show from time to time, and it's an iconic station.
It really is.
But I just felt like I wanted to do something a little different, get back in the driver's seat, and it's been awesome.
And so what is next for you? Because you've been doing some things. In fact, I think we have a little bit of video we saw you at the mayor's inauguration, which was amazing.
Wild card.
And to see you there, it was like, oh, wait, he's doing things.
Yeah. So the mayor and I are from the same part of town, which isn't really saying much. In this part, like if you grew up in Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah, everybody's basically cousins.
Yeah, there's 6 degrees of Kevin Benson.
Right, that's right.
But he asked me to host his inauguration, and my exact response was, I don't even know what that means, but I'd be honored. And I did it, and it went mostly great, except I skipped the prayer. I was supposed to do my remarks and then introduce his uncle, who is a rabbi, and his brother, who is a priest.
Oh my gosh.
To do prayers. And then I was supposed to bring up the governor, and I was having so much fun up there that I totally forgot and brought up the governor. Governor Shapiro was up there speaking, and I'm sitting you see me in all the pictures.
Oh, you're right behind there.
Center, right?
I was like, oh my gosh, look at that.
So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm having the best time. I'm smiling from ear to ear. And somebody from Corey's staff is in the front row, and he's going like this to me. And I'm like, I'm having such a good time. I'm thinking, wow, like he's telling me like, man, you're killing it.
Go.
So like, I'm giving him prayer hands back. I'm like, I got you, And then his brother tapped me on the shoulder. He's like, you skipped the prayer. And I'm like, oh God. And now
literally.
yeah. God forgive me. And so now I don't. Now I'm lost because I already moved past.
How do
it
we
on the
backtrack?
script. I don't know their names. So I scrambled, and this is where my stand-up background comes in. I just go up and I say, "Thank you so much, Governor Shapiro." And now here with a prayer for our nation and for our city, a priest and a rabbi. And, you know.
And you're like, this is not the start of a joke. This is actually happening.
It's real life. And it was just a blast. I had so much fun with it. And Mayor O'Connor is going to do a great job. I just know it.
Yeah. Well, it's really cool to see you there. And again, like knowing that you stepped away from something that you'd been doing for so long, making so many people in the city of Pittsburgh smile, and then to see you doing something so cool.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Thank you.
So you're doing a lot more stuff, though. It's not just, you're doing some comedy. Obviously, you're going to lean into stand-up.
Yep.
But you're also working with the Pittsburgh Marathon.
Yep.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, I'm running the full marathon with my niece and my daughter.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I don't do things
You were like,
the
actually,
easy
I'm
way.
going to walk away from my job, start a whole new career venture, and run a full marathon.
Well, I feel like my daughter and my niece are both graduating high school this year.
And they're in their 20s,
No.
18?
they're
okay.
17 years old.
Yeah.
And
Fit,
I
young.
just spent 13 years on the radio, so I feel like we're all graduating. We're all moving on to a different chapter in our lives.
You know, they do have something on their side.
Yeah. Youth.
Right.
Is what you're looking for.
That would be the word.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So how's the training going? Are you going to wait to
It's
start?
not going great because, you know, the cookie gauntlet of the holidays really left a stretch mark.
Yeah.
And
feel
I
that.
have to transform myself because I pick goals not for the goal itself, but who I have to become to achieve said goal.
Yes.
And so I am not the person sitting before you that will be the person that crosses that
Okay, so in
finish
May,
line. Yes.
new person.
I will not be a trash panda.
Okay.
I will not be waking up in the middle of the night to eat chip witches.
I just made Chippy Boys. I'll give you the recipe.
Yeah, okay.
Late night snack.
Okay.
Okay, before we wrap up, I do want to
Yeah.
ask you about some of your projects and shows that you have coming
Yeah.
up. Because like we said, you're going to be doing some comedy.
Yeah, so I'm going to be back on the stand-up stage. I'm going to be doing some shows locally. I'm going to get out on the road with a good friend of mine, Kathleen Madigan. I'm actually going to be at the Byam
just name
Theater.
dropping?
Yeah.
Is that what
well, I'm going to be opening for her at the Byam Theater on March 6th.
Okay.
And then, you know, you can follow me on my Instagram and Twitter, and I'll be posting all my shows and events on my pages.
Well, you are a legend here in Pittsburgh. We're so excited to see what happens next for you
so much.
and follow your journey. Thank you for joining us. And we're going to link you up to Bill's social media. Just head over to our website. Make sure you go on March 6th. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. Still to come on Talk Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's fluffy companions are no stranger to the Puppy Bowl. And this year we have not one, not two, but 4 who will be running, barking, and playing their way to the end zone for the Lombardi Trophy. We're going to introduce you next.
Welcome back to Talk Pittsburgh. Let's get into some good news people are talking about.
All right, and this one, I know it's dry January, but this is for the whiskey lovers out there. The PA Liquor Control Board is holding 3 lotteries for rare whiskeys. And these are from the Van Winkle set, the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection, and from E.H. Taylor. I feel like this is one of those things, like, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
I don't know either.
But it's a big deal. Between the 3 collections, there will be almost 1,500 bottles up for grabs. Prices range between $150 to almost $450.
Wow.
You have until Friday at 5 p.m. to enter, so the clock is ticking.
All right, 4 museums in Pittsburgh are in the running again for Best Museums in USA's Today's 10 Best Readers' Choice Awards. The Heinz History Center is nominated for Best History Museum. It's won that title 2 years in a row. And the Children's Museum of Pittsburgh is again in the running in its category. It placed second for 3 straight years. The August Wilson African American Cultural Center is competing under the Best Free Museum category, while the Trolley Museum in Washington is looking to earn the title of Best Small Town Museum. You can vote through February 9th at noon.
Oh, so good to see all that. All right, Mikey, get ready to say it with me.
Okay.
Oh, While some are waiting for the Super Bowl, others can't wait for the furball yumminess that is the Puppy Bowl. This year, Pittsburgh will be well represented with 4 pups, 2 from Animal Friends, their brothers Nicholas and Cole, and 2 from Paws Across Pittsburgh, Carrie Pasha and Miko. Both Nicholas and Cole have already been adopted, by the way, and Paws Across Pittsburgh is celebrating with a fun watch party, especially since Carrie Pasha is up for the popularity playoffs. We're going to link you up to all of that. The watch party looks like a good time.
Gosh, I want all of them.
Yeah.
So cute.
I know, don't you want to just snuggle and eat them? All right, it's Thursday, so we're also sharing some of our own personal good news with you.
Yeah, well, I told you, this is our family feed, and we love this. I told you, was this yesterday, that Logan almost came to work with me. Well, because it wasn't my day to drop him off at daycare.
This happens.
And so my car is on automatic pilot, so I was driving. I was on 376.
Yeah,
I made it all the way to Oakland, and I looked back because he was quiet, and I was like, oh my gosh, why are you still back there? And he's laughing. He found it. He thought it was funny. But it leads me to this. Our car rides, Logan takes his shoes off. Every single time he gets in the car. I mean, he has his socks on here.
Surprised.
But right
Normally.
after I took this picture, socks came off too. Every time. And I'm like, Logan, please keep your shoes and your socks on. But he doesn't like, I don't know what's happening here.
I remember when we had Lila, when we had our first, that we would, walking through the mall or whatever, and you'd push in the stroller and you'd look down and their socks would be gone. And I'm telling you what, all the old ladies, they'd come over, they'd be like, where are their socks and shoes? I'm like, if I could keep them on, I would.
Right.
Sometimes we don't even bother because we know we're going to lose them.
We know,
so
we know.
It's just what happens.
How about you?
So we have a little comedian in our house. I wish Bill Crawford was still here. So Sunny tells me, she says, Mom, hurry up, get to the bathroom, the toilet's smoking. I'm like, roll my eyes immediately because obviously the toilet is not on fire.
No.
But I go into the bathroom and this is what I find. Now, I have so many things. Like, one, she knows about smoking. So now we have to have a conversation about smoking and the dangers of smoking, but also so funny. And Sunny is my one where I find myself in this struggle constantly between wanting to laugh and also being like, that was really good.
How could you not laugh at this?
Like, that's the thing. Like, I want to laugh, but I also feel like, do I need to have conversations more with her?
Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
I don't know. But I said, look how creative she is.
Yeah. Scott
in the making.
Danka, our photographer, though, said he went back into his photo roll in his phone and he found something similar that his kids did. So she probably saw this online, but she's
love it.
Making me laugh every day.
So much fun. All right, still to come. We'll talk Pittsburgh. We're checking in with Barry Pintar in the newsroom for your first look at the KDKA Evening News.
But first, do you ever wish that you could feel more joy each and every day? It turns out that your brain can actually be trained to notice the good stuff, like kind of like a workout for your emotions. Dr. Katie is explaining how you can make happiness a habit when Talk Pittsburgh returns.
We all want more joy in our lives, but between the stress and busy schedules, it's easy to lose sight of it.
I just took a deep sigh when you started talking about it. The good news, you can actually condition your brain to notice and amplify joy every day. Dr. Katie Stewart is here to guide us through this game-changing concept known as joy conditioning. I actually had to look this up. I'd never heard of it before.
Me either.
And what the definition that I got was that it's mining for memories.
Yes.
Which is so fascinating.
I just absolutely love this. So what it is, it's deliberately going back through your memory and finding positive ones so that then we're counterbalancing all of the negativity that we experience. So, but it's not just remembering it. It's really actively reliving these memories.
And embracing them in a way.
And embracing them. And another thing that I just want to throw out there that I think is so great about this is it's not only active, it's proactive. Because if you think about it, when we talk about mental health stuff, it's almost always, when you're starting to feel anxious, try this breathing technique.
Yeah.
If this, then that. It's defensive.
Right.
This is putting us on the offensive to actively cultivate a more joyful existence.
So is it kind of like, we know that tomorrow is going to be a long day. So is it something where like Mikey and I can go home tonight and do this, like kind of preparing our brain mentally for tomorrow? Not tomorrow.
We're not even going to go there. We're not going to think about tomorrow. We're actually going to go into the past to influence our present and our future. So are we ready?
Yeah.
Yes, we're ready.
Okay. So it's really, really simple. So the first thing is you go back through your experience and find a joyful memory. So it does not have to be huge, like your wedding day, birth of a child. It might just be a good laugh with friends, something happening in the kitchen. So you find it. Good, we got them. Okay, now.
We're supposed to close our eyes.
Whatever works.
Okay.
Whatever works for you. We're not gonna get that specific.
Okay.
So find that memory, and then you want to really start to rebuild it and relive it. So bring in the sights, the sounds, the smells, the people, maybe action. How did it feel in your body? And then really important, if there's a smell, get that in, and now just relive it. Experience it. Feel it, right? And then it's great to do this in the morning when you get up and before you go to bed. And then if you want to pair it with talking about these memories, writing things down, it really helps to enliven it.
And so we each brought these goodies with us.
Yes.
So tell us why we have them here. We were asked to bring something special that kind of sparks a memory for us.
Right.
Italian seasoning.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
fantastic. We have Italian seasoning. What do we have here, Heather?
This is actually, these were just handed down to me. These were my grandmother's. She has passed for a couple of years now, but my aunt was going through some of her stuff and she said, do you want these? And I was like, oh my gosh. It's so funny that we're doing this because I said, I remember having my first cup of coffee out of one of these.
Oh, that is so special.
And you know how much I love my coffee.
I love your coffee. And I grew up with not a lot of money. And so whenever we would have spaghetti night, it was the best thing ever. And I would get this big heaping plate of spaghetti. And this was the Italian seasoning. This was what my mom used.
I love it.
So
you guys are a little bit healthier. I have Hershey's Kisses and Diet Coke.
No, but tell us good.
So my grandfather was my best friend. And he died when I was 8. But he lived in the apartment above our garage. So in my memory, it was every day I would sneak over. And he always had Diet Coke and Hershey's Kisses because he was diabetic. And I was allowed. I found pictures of myself drinking Diet Coke at age 3.
Yes, yes.
And just popping Hershey's Kisses. And the thing is, like if I sniff this bag.
If I sniff this coffee.
Yeah, I'm sniffing.
They're here, right?
Right.
The memory is here. And that's because scent goes directly to our emotional and memory centers in our brain.
Oh, I love
so
this.
if you can pair your memory with a specific scent, it's like a direct pathway. How wild is this? Every other scent has to go through the brain's relay system. Smell doesn't.
Oh, see, this makes me, I'm thinking of my mom, I'm thinking of my family, I'm thinking of growing up.
I mean, it's been almost 40 years since Gramsci died. He's here.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, I guess
I know.
cheers a Diet Coke.
Yeah, crack it open. Crack it open, girl.
Sniff it.
Yeah,
Yes, sniff
go
it.
for it.
All right. If you're
We need to
interested
hear
There
in
it is.
booking a session with Dr. Katie Stewart, we'll have that information for you on our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh.
I do feel like Grandma's right here. Still to come on the show, it was a tale that had you talking. Why so much concern over 2 brothers selling lemonade and what's happened in the days since we told you about this story. Megan Schiller joins us to talk. That's next. We know your afternoon is transitioning into the evening tasks, dinner prep, homework help, family activities. As you make that shift, we are too, and we want to talk about the KDKA News, which is about to begin at 4. Right now, we're following up on a story that had a lot of you talking this week. The KDKA Investigates team peeled back the layers on the Lemonade brothers or the Steel City twins. You may have heard that after the public voiced concern for these kids, wondering if they're being exploited to work in cold conditions for long hours. Or is this simply a case of a family business that's more sweet than sour? KDK consumer investigator Megan Schiller's here with more on this. Really such a big response.
Right, and so many people messaging us and asking, can we look into this?
Yeah.
And when you get countless messages and you see that there are threads on social media with hundreds of comments of people just wanting information, we thought, well, let's look into it and at least ask around.
Right, and I think there was some stuff happening on Reddit that was starting, and a lot of comments on that, and there's been so much more that's bubbled up since. Right. You have an update even now.
Well, right, because when we went up and tried to talk to the mother to ask, where's the money going, what is the purpose, and the main concern was also it's really cold out, so why are they out for hours now?
Selling lemonade in the middle of winter.
Who wants lemonade? Maybe we want hot chocolate. So it seems as if the family is doubling down. They have an Instagram page, and she posted saying that they are doing something that makes them happy, and they are always with a parent. That's been disputed by many people. And school comes first, childhood comes first, they're dressed for the weather. So it seems as if they're defending the actions, but a lot of the people in the community are saying that they're not okay with this.
So, and if I remember correctly, schooling, they're homeschooled, is that correct?
Right, that's what we've been told, and some people are wondering though, how is that possible considering the length of time that they're outside, and at that age, are they truly able to make that decision that that is what they want to do, and is that in their best interest?
Well, and I know one of the very complicated factors in all of this is that once there is some sort of investigation into any complaints, things get very quiet and private.
Right, and so we did confirm through Allegheny County's DHS that there is a process in place and they will investigate any complaint that they have. That's about a 60+ day process. So we know that that is playing out, but with kids in situations like that, it's not as if they issue a press release when they come to any decision. So we at least could speak to county officials and say, okay, we know that the complaints have been received, and every time a complaint's received, they look into it. Police also looked into it and determined there was nothing criminally that was happening.
So let's talk about some of the other things that you're working on, and you have a big story that's coming up next week.
Right. I feel like so many people, when they're buying a car, they really want to make sure they get the best bang for their buck. A lot of people really emphasize the warranty. Does it have a great warranty? We're talking with this Brookline couple right now that are really up against a lot because they only have 80,000 miles on the car and their engine went.
Oh my gosh.
And the car manufacturer is saying, nope, we're not going to do anything even though you have this warranty. They feel like they did everything right. Their son's a mechanic. They did their oil changes. They took care of their vehicle. It's their only vehicle. And they are just really going through it. So we're trying to reach out and figure out, how did this happen?
Warranty things are so big. We've actually, and I don't think there was anything necessarily wrong or illegal about what happened, but we went through something like this with tires. You know, you hear that there's a warranty on it, you think you have so many miles, so much life on them, and then you go to get them exchanged and they're like, oh, no, it doesn't apply because of X, Y, and Z.
And they're trying to say because on their oil changes, they didn't have the VIN number written out. So is this car dealership or manufacturer, saying if you do your own oil changes, then you void your warranty? And that's the questions we're asking.
Wow.
And it just seems as if every little thing possibly could be what, oh, no.
That'll be it.
Yeah.
That's what voids it.
And so what can then people do in order to make sure they don't find themselves in this situation that this couple's in is what we're going to highlight.
All right, looking forward to that report coming up next week. Thank you so much, Megan.
You.
All right, there's a lot also coming up tonight on the KDKA TV News. Mikey's got more.
Yeah, our journalists are working hard in the newsroom on tonight's newscast. Barry Pintar joins me with some of the stories you can expect at 4, 5, and 6. Barry?
Yeah, Mikey, we have several stories involving roads today, but the first one is a big story that's been developing all day. A federal indictment accuses college basketball players of taking bribes to shave points and fix games so their teams would not cover the spread. The feds say the players were offered tens of thousands of dollars a game to be a part of this gambling ring, and we've learned Robert Morris University is named in that indictment. Also, it's only mid-January, and some areas are already talking about a road salt shortage. Scott Township, for example, in the South Hills area, is telling us it's ordered salt, but it's not coming in. We'll talk about some tough choices they'll have to make, like which roads will be salted and which will not. All that and more starting up in just a few minutes on our KDKA newscasts.
All right, looking forward to those stories. Thanks so much, Barry.
You're welcome.
We'll be right back with a look at what's coming up on tomorrow's show right after the break.
Well, if you haven't stepped outside just yet for the day, lucky you. Temperatures very cold today. We're already into the teens. That's where we'll be the rest of the day. And look at our bus stop forecast for tomorrow. Now, the good news, there's a lot of kids with quarters wrapping up that they are home from school tomorrow. But if not, it's going to be a very cold start to the day at the bus stop on Friday.
I saw all the kids at the bus stop this morning, and they were all bundled up. So were the parents.
It's coming,
so
too.
Yeah.
The cold is really coming. Thanks, Ron.
Yep.
Well, we hope you could join us tomorrow on Talk Pittsburgh. What if your career could be the key to happiness? We are sitting down with Pittsburgh's own game changers for a roundtable on finding joy through the work you love. And these folks right here, they love what they do.
Oh, they really do. And they're bringing bangin' bagels and homemade ice cream cheese to a new brick and mortar location. Tamara Boas takes us inside Bloomfield's newest hotspot. Fat Bagels, love that name, for a first look at what you'll want to sink your teeth into.
And we've had them on the show before. Can't wait to see them again. We want to thank you so much for joining us for Talk Pittsburgh today. We will also be streaming on CBS News Pittsburgh tonight at 9. KDKA TV News at 4 starts right now.